Hello, beautiful and magnificent beings. Welcome to this week's Oracle and Tarot reading. Let's see what messages the universe has for pile number 1. And if you chose the connection card, your message, connect with your household spirits. Get in touch with the energies that make your home a safe place. Sit comfortably in the physical or spiritual center of your home. In your mind, carefully trace its borders, then imagine a silver thread running through you from deep into the ground to high into the heavens. Thank your home and its spirits for the continued presence. Okay, so this tells me that you have been a little disconnected with your home or your apartment lately. Maybe you've been out, maybe you're working more than usual, or something is keeping you outside of the house. But of all places, we always want our home to feel safe. We want to feel connected. We want to feel grounded and just absolutely comfortable. We want it to be our safe haven away from everything. And so connecting with the spirits, strengthening the protection around and in your home. This is something I do once a week. And also, I feel like some of you might be attracting or bringing things back to your home. Another thing, I get into the habit, I do this every time I leave. Ever since about a year ago, I brought something home. A little nasty little entity jumped from my Lyft driver to me, and it only took me a few days to catch on, but we never want to bring things into our home. So I always make a point of saying, anything that has followed me, attached or connected to me, you may not come home with me, you may not enter my home, you may not be on my property, you may not be connected, influence me in any way whatsoever. Any attempt to do so, you will be immediately returned to the light. I break any attachments or bonds connected to me now. And it is very strong. You can use your own words, whatever feels good to you. That's just what comes to me naturally. And I got used to saying it over time. And I haven't had any problems since. Or if I even sense maybe there's something in my home, I'll instantly acknowledge it and let it know that it has to move on. It cannot be in my home. So taking time to also refresh the energy, open the windows, let some fresh air in and out, even if it's freezing cold where you live, just for a few minutes, let that air in. Light some incense, burn some sage, clear the corners, and the corners especially up near the ceiling. Also, for some of you, I'm hearing spring cleaning. Not to let this overwhelm you, because I feel like some of you have also been outside of your home. Maybe you've been working more, or you've just been away doing something. And so there's been a lot of buildup. Like I'm hearing, not to overwhelm, but start in the areas that you spend the most time. Like maybe if you're in the living room a lot, there could be a stack of newspapers or old magazines or something. Donate those to the library. Recycle. Maybe there's a certain or particular chair that tends to get a lot of buildup of clothing. I know there's a chair by my door, and I tend to take my jacket off and throw it there, and sometimes I'll have like 3 or 4 jackets starting to pile up. Maybe there's some clothes in the bedroom on the floor or something, or in a laundry basket. Just move that to the laundry room. So just taking some time to nurture your home, you're reestablishing this divine connection and this power and protection for you. So let's see what else we have. Maybe change your color scheme. Maybe even move the furniture around. It's also very helpful. Sword, make change. Okay, she's getting ready to chop off a chunk of her hair, number 7. So definitely this is a change, again, within the home that needs to take place, but also perhaps you need a little boost in your energy. Maybe you need a change. Usually we know when this happens, we just feel kind of bored with our appearance or stagnant, or we just feel like we need a change. I mean, it doesn't have to be severe. Yes, maybe you will chop off your hair, maybe just a trim or change up the color, maybe change your clothes or find new clothes to blend together or change, maybe wear things together that you wouldn't think of doing before, becoming more creative in that sense. So definitely there's some energy changes, physical, mental, emotional, that needs to happen within you and your home, which is interesting that that came up both with the house and yourself. So an overhaul, spring cleaning. And we have meditate, quiet the mind, and let your soul speak. Okay, so this is always a good practice. Like if you're not sure where to begin, and the advice I gave didn't feel right, or you just feel overwhelmed, or maybe you don't know what to do, just sit in meditation. Take some time to relax, reflect, maybe go outside near the water. I'm always very attracted to water, but also fire. Being in nature in general, or some type of meditation, maybe walking meditation, and just ask for assistance, ask for guidance and help. Ooh, there's a baby squirrel that just came up under the window where I'm at. So cute. I didn't even know they had birthed already. So anyway, sorry, you might want to look up, and a little finch just landed on a log, so you might want to look up spirit animal for squirrel and finch. I know birds represent freedom, so this is definitely going to bring more freedom into your life. Just taking time to reflect on the direction, what you want to do, how you want to do it. The information will come to you. And if it doesn't come to you in meditation, it will come to you in another form. Whenever we ask, information always comes. And we have 26, the fortunate companion. And it sort of looks like a little Red Riding Hood with this big furry creature. I want to say Bigfoot, but not quite. But very gentle. And I feel this is a reflection of the connection with the spirits in your home. These spirits are very beneficial. They watch over you. Maybe some of them might even be ancestors. So renewing your bond with them, or also there could be some brand new ones that are trying to come in and connect, but because you haven't, 7-7 on the clock timer, because you haven't spent the time in your home, just do the refresh, connect, ask for guidance with the spirits. So you do have, a lot of helpful beings around you. And let's see what the first tarot is the Hermit. I honor my spiritual self. Yes, and I like that this came out. This reflects very well with meditation, connecting to the spirits, connecting to your own self, changing your image. Not changing who you are, but in a healthy way, changing your image if you feel like you need, some upgrades or something. And I tend to feel that way in the spring, like I feel really active and inspired, and I tend to that's when I usually feel inspired to do something new or change my appearance in some way. The Hermit, third eye, number 9, soul searching, spiritual enlightenment, self-reflection, introspection, contemplation, inner guidance, solitude, sanctuary, the process of searching for deeper truths, the currents of universal being flown through me. Patience is a virtue. Okay, so again, I feel connecting with the inner spirit, connecting with the outer spirits, reflecting, and I like also reflecting coming through with the mirror. Maybe you've just gone through another awakening process. Ooh, a western meadowlark just showed up. All the animals are coming out. All the birds today. But I am in here a little bit earlier than normal, so that could be why I missed some of them. So anyway, I'm sorry, I digress. Can you hear it? That's a quail. It's up on my rooftop of the garage. Okay, so anyway, I'm sorry. I get so excited by nature and the creatures, I can't help it. It's like, I think I've said this before, it's like the dog in the animation movie Up. Squirrel! Okay, so reflecting on yourself. This is a time for change. You know how there's always cycles. We're coming out of that winter cycle, which was a time for contemplation, rest, reflection. Now is the time for action and moving forward. So really thinking about the direction you want to go this spring, this summer, the things that you want to do, the things that you want to create, maybe bringing in new people into your life. There could be some type of, again, spiritual awakening, a new upgrade of some sort. So just being grateful for that, reflecting, thinking about how to best put it to use, and just allowing that natural flow. I've got the window slightly cracked too, so that way maybe you'll get to hear some of the activity that's going on. Rest under meditate. I like that. Four of Swords, throat chakra. Fear, anxiety, stress, overwhelm, mental overload, needing solitude, relaxation, rest, peace, quiet, sanctuary, meditation. Meditation again, regrouping, healing, hospitalization, introspection, planning for the future. Okay, a lot of this is exactly what I just said, the planning, the contemplating. It's time for movement. And also, this didn't cross my mind until now, hospitalization. This could be why some of you haven't been home. Maybe some of you had just gone through something yourself or with a loved one or a friend, and you'd been spending a lot of time at the hospital. There's been some anxiety and stress about whatever this, maybe this is what was keeping you away from home. You've been dealing with something very stressful. So this is a time, this is another reason it's talking about shifting energy to help you get back on track, to feel good. So taking that time to meditate, change the energy of your space. The hermit, again, you could be doing a little hermiting maybe for a few days, a week, a month, it could be more. But just letting go, coming back to yourself, grounding, centering, letting the fear and the anxiety, letting all of that stress go. And again, realigning your home is going to help with this so much. And we have foresight, third eye again. Or no, I'm sorry, that was third eye, throat chakra, and oh wait, oh my gosh, I can't see. I'm sorry. It is third eye twice for you. So again, I feel like the spirits, the beings are really trying to connect and help and support you, and they're asking you to reconnect with them in the home, met with through the meditation and the contemplation, reflection, cogitating, if you will, travel, moving abroad, foreign land, foresight, forward planning, moving forward, self-confidence, self-belief, freedom, success, happy, with choices, outcome, hard work paying off, experiencing life. Okay, so whatever has been keeping you from home, I'm also getting the work vibe. It has been very stressful for you, and this could involve moving to another state or to another country even. I'm hearing the word England, which I love England, which is really strange for me to say because I've never been there, but I just have such a connection, and I know I have ancestors on both my mother and father's side from England, so I think that has a lot to do with it. But for some of you also, you may have this connection. England, I'm hearing Ireland, Germany, Australia for some of you. Interesting. And everything is just going to work out fine. Stay grounded and connected to your intuition, that spiritual connection as always. Again, the word freedom. Remember earlier when I was talking about the birds coming in, this is going to bring so much more freedom into your life. All your hard work is paying off. You'll be relieved of the stress that was plaguing you before. Happy choices, outcome, hard work paying off. Yes, experiencing life. So you are constantly moving and in flow. And let's see what the next three cards we have. Heart chakra, rhodonite, love. Oh, let me show you the rhodonite in case you want to work with that. Love is a verb, so make it your most treasured action. Okay, so I feel like once you're back in flow with this and your home feels better, 1414 on the clock timer, connecting with your heart is always very important. The first two things that I always like to do is when I'm feeling a little off or upset is grounding and connecting to my heart. That will center me so much more quicker than anything else that I do. Once you get those two stabilized, then you can kind of work on everything else. But coming from a place of love, doing what you love, being who you're meant to be. And we have root chakra, snowflake obsidian. Safety in the in the hurricane of life. A strong foundation will keep you safe. Redundant. So yes, again, I have to keep saying this, but I feel like some of you need to hear this. Like, we can get so stuck and brainwashed sometimes by our own selves, our outside influences. Sometimes we need to hear, something, repetition over and over and over for it to finally click or get us moving. Because especially if we're feeling down and we've been stressed and our energy's low, it's like, oh, you keep hearing something and you need to do it, but it's like, maybe you need to hear it a few more times, and it's like, all right, I got it, universe. I'll start moving. I'll do the work now. I'll move in the direction I need to. So in the hurricane of life, a strong foundation will keep you safe. Always, foundation first. And that is what you're doing here with the connection to the house and also with yourself. And we have, sacral, creativity, tiger eye. Most of you already know what that looks like. Passion, turn your fear of change into excitement for change. Okay, and I like that came out over here where this was talking about fear, anxiety, stress, and worry. Change your fear into excitement for change. Because remember, it's telling you everything is working in your favor, is leading to a better life, a more fulfilling life, a happy life. And again, for some of you, this movement, this is going to be literally moving somewhere. So just get excited, see the possibilities instead of thinking, oh my gosh, what if this goes wrong? What if that happens? Think, oh my God, this could be an amazing journey. What if I take this journey and all these magical things start happening? What if the job turns out to be better than I expected and my life is more joyful? Just turn that around when you catch yourself going into those negative thought patterns. And the last card is an activation. And we have, I enter the sacred solar mandala, receiving the 9 rays of blessings, bathing my entire multidimensional being in divine radiance. Okay, so definitely some solar plexus work going on here. Blessings coming into your life. Did it say, let me see, 9 rays of blessings, where over here this card was talking about all of this, everything working out in your favor, everything coming together. Freedom, self-belief, solar plexus, really believing in yourself and your confidence. Okay, so this is an activation to help you. Okay, so those are your messages for the week. I hope they are helpful. I'm so excited for you. Good luck on your path, highest blessings and infinite gratitude. Sat Nam. Hello, beautiful, magnificent beings. Welcome to this week's Oracle and Tarot reading. Let's see what messages the universe has for pile number 2. Oh, just a second. My microphone cord is tangled up. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so if you chose manifestation, your message is light your path. Carve your intentions into a candle, a rune, or carve your intentions into a candle, a rune, a word, or even a drawing that represents your wish. As it burns down, meditate on what you're trying to manifest. Thank the candle for its help as you blow it out or it burns down. Okay, right away, I'm going to say, just from my own personal experiences, when you light a candle for something that you're working on, I find that it's best to let that candle burn out other than to blow it out. And also, I work with water and earth and fire. I have like a little bowl that I do a ritual, and then I burn a piece of paper. And I like to return all of that stuff to the earth. I'll dig a little hole. I'll put the candle, the burnt paper, the dirt, the water. I pour everything in together. I bless it and give it to the earth. But of course, do what suits you best. This tells me that some of you are working on a particular manifestation, and I do find very powerfully carving things into the candle, whatever it is you're working on, a specific word, sometimes the little symbols. It can be elaborate or it can be as simple as you like. It doesn't have to be, a big ordeal. So candle manifestation, and also besides the meditation and thinking about it here, it's important to feel like it's already achieved. Again, this is my personal experience. Ooh, 22:22 on the clock timer. And the last 2 months, my manifestations are crazy good. Oh, there's a baby squirrel that just showed up. Oh, there's 3 baby squirrels out there. Oh my gosh, 3. Okay, so anyway, sorry, I digress. My manifestations have been amazing the last 3 months. Like, I've never manifested this good in my entire life. So clearing out traumas, negativity, any type of childhood issues where parents plant things like, what do you think money grows on trees type of affirmations, get rid of that stuff. The more you heal and clear that stuff out, the brainwashing, the easier and the better it becomes, the more quickly it will manifest. But also just feeling that gratitude, that excitement as if it's already done, and holding it, trying to live in that. And I don't mean trying to force yourself. I don't mean faking it, because the universe knows there is no faking joy, happiness, gratitude. The universe knows if you're saying one thing and you're feeling the other, the universe goes with how we feel, our energy. So learning to live in that happiness, that joy, that gratitude, because the more you establish that in your life, and I'm not saying, again, not forcing and not being fake, it just becomes a part of who you are. It just becomes a part of daily life, living in gratitude, being excited about every little thing, and just allowing that energy to stay constant. That is what will help you manifest much more quickly and better, I might add. Okay, and the next message, we have garden. Something lovely will grow from this. Yes. Okay, so from the work that you're doing, the manifestation from the first card, and number 15, in case I didn't say that, something will always grow from the work that you're doing, even if it doesn't feel like it. It just takes time. And I used to get so frustrated and sick of hearing that, but I see how true it was. A lot of times we're not ready to receive what we want. Sometimes we are. Sometimes we get little hints, little synchronicities telling us that we are getting closer. So letting it go, putting it out there, and just allowing it. And remember, the work you're doing is helping you. There's no way it cannot. Anytime you do something to better yourself, it either works out for you right away. Sometimes it takes time before you see the results. But just remember, when you start to get frustrated, to ground and put your hand on your heart and appreciate where you are, the things that you have, and know that it is working for you. Truly, it is. I'm not just talking out of my ass. Pardon me, I don't easily talk like that on my channel. But I know what I'm talking about. Glow up. Take a day to spoil yourself. If it makes you beautiful, then do it. Okay, right there, I'm going to rephrase that. I don't like that. If it makes you beautiful and you don't feel beautiful, it's a waste of time. How many times has someone complimented you on something but you didn't believe them? It didn't make you feel any better. And again with this, if it makes you beautiful but you don't feel beautiful inside, you don't feel your life is beautiful, you don't feel that you are a beautiful person inside or out, only do it. And I'm all about spoiling and taking time out and self-love and self-care in a way that I've never done before. But whatever it is, I make sure that it makes me radiate from the inside out, that I'm fully enjoying that experiencing, fully loving the experience, enjoying it. and just feeling the energy, because again, when you bring that energy up and you're living in the gratitude energy, that is when you manifest. Oh my God, did you just see that? Did you hear that? That candle just popped, and when I looked, there was a perfect ring of smoke that just went across. Oh my God. Wow, I hope that shows up. That was so cool. Let me close my window a little bit. I think it's messing with my flame. Okay, and we have going deep, number 7. Okay, 7 has been showing up a lot today for me, and also came through in pile 1. Okay, so you can see this creature under the sea with all the fish. It has it's been under there a while because it's got coral growing on it and seaweed and other things. So taking time, again, I feel like this has to do with manifestation. If you are spending more time being irritated, being frustrated, being angry, that, I've been there, is actually causing it to take longer. It's holding you back. Why do you feel frustrated? Why do you need this right now? Why do you feel angry? You need to go in and clear that out. What if you did get it right now? How would things work out for you? Probably not as good as if it did when you receive it later. And also, this is a great time to reflect. The universe is telling you there's something else. There's another step that you're missing. In order to receive what you're trying to manifest, you need to take a closer look, step back. The universe is trying to show you something, but you can't see it. You're so myopic. You're only focusing on the outcome and what you want. Instead of being open to receive, the universe is guiding you, giving you everything you need right now to get you to open up, to receive what it is you're asking for. So, it's like going out and jumping in. Well, I don't know if this is a good analogy or not, but, you have to get your license first and then you go get the car. But you're like, no, I'm just going to go get the car, screw the license, until the cop pulls you over, and then you wish you would have taken all the steps. So calm yourself down, center, ground, go back, ask for help, ask for guidance, assistance. You will get it. And throat chakra, I choose which traditions I embrace and how I do it. The Hierophant. Traditional institutions, traditional values, conventional conformity, marriage, commitment, religion, beliefs, knowledge sharing, social groups, education, knowledge, beliefs. Okay, I'm getting a couple different things with this right away. First of all, number 5, be careful what you're saying and what you're feeling, what you're thinking. Again, if you say one thing but you're feeling the opposite, how you're feeling is what you're going to get more of. And I feel like for some of you, there's, remember how up here I was talking about some of the things that were brought up, the way we think and believe, which is not accurate for us, like the money growing on trees, we hear that a lot. I feel like a lot of this is conflicting with some of you trying to manifest. Like you're trying to push forward and believe a certain way, but there's still some issues. This is what you need to focus on. You need to heal and release. What is that? Oh, sorry if you can hear that. I think it's a garbage truck. So you need to go back, change your boundaries, change your beliefs the best you can, find out why it's holding you back, find out what that trigger was so you can heal it and move forward. And for others, I feel like social groups, education, knowledge, beliefs, for some of you, you're ready to push past all that to move forward. You're looking for something to open and help you, which this reading is one of those things, but also connecting maybe with some other people, other groups, maybe trying a different method to see what works for you. 3131 on the clock timer. And we have prosperity. Crown chakra, Ace of Pentacles. Okay, see, everything is working and it's going to work out. Sometimes it takes longer because we get stuck or triggered and we don't see what we need is right in front of us to get to that next step. A financial new beginning, new financial opportunities, a new job, business, money, investments, savings, prosperity, security, stability, abundance, manifestation. Okay, how funny that this came in. You know, it's reassuring you. There's the hand holding the coin, connecting with higher consciousness. Again, joy, love, gratitude are the highest vibrational frequencies, energies, to learn how to navigate, learn how to stay in that, how to hold that as long as you can. Because that, again, from my personal experience, the more you can hold it, and it just becomes a way of life. You don't even have to think about it after a while. That's when everything really starts to take off and manifest. And it is going to work out for you. It is coming to you. Resilience, sacral, 9 of Wands, ongoing battle, weary, fatigued, drained of energy, nearly there, close to success, courage, persistence, perseverance, backbone, learning from your past, gather your strength, fight your corner, last stand. Okay, so don't give up. A lot of times when we feel frustrated, and this is another thing I used to get sick of hearing, but I see there's a lot of truth. Sometimes everything just goes off right before the big breakthrough. Sometimes you feel like giving up. You feel like it's not working. Things are crashing down around you, and you're just about to give up. And then 33 on the clock timer. And you just push through, keep going, don't give up, because a breakthrough, that's usually a sign when you're close to a breakthrough. Not always. Sometimes things will just seem to magically happen, but that's only because you were in the right frequency. But again, sometimes you need to push through those. So sacral, crown chakra, and throat. Be careful what you're speaking, how you're saying it. Make sure it's truthful to how you're feeling. Transmute the energy. And your last card, oh, you know what, I'm sorry, oh my gosh, I almost forgot. There's 3 more cards. Embrace the balance between earth and spirit, chakra balance. Clear quartz, rose quartz, hematite. You know what, I've got to go get a drink before I lose my voice. I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I was about to have a coughing fit. I forgot to bring my water in. Okay, so embrace the balance between earth and spirit, grounding yourself as much as possible. I always say this all the time. Grounding is the most important thing for you to do before you tackle any situation. Just every day, starting the day with grounding, but also with the higher consciousness, connecting to that divine essence within you, connecting with your guides, working with spirit. It's just an overall balance for you right now, because I feel like some of you are really just frustrated and all over the place. So you need a major grounding. So go outside, do some dancing, lift some weights, cycle, do some yoga, whatever brings you peace and gets you back to your center is what is most important to do right now. Sacral chakra, carnelian. Do we have, yes, sacral twice for you. Okay, so that's telling me there's some work that needs to be done. Letting go is not giving up. Sometimes it is a first step towards success. Okay, so working through, but letting go and giving up the things that are not helping, that are not working. Again, where it's talking about over here with the traditions. I feel like some of you are holding yourself back. You're conflicted with what you're trying to move towards and from your past, how you were taught. And sometimes we just get in a habit of doing certain things that no longer work for us. Like, what type of manifestation practices are you doing? Maybe just completely stopping those altogether, especially the more you try to push and it feels frustrating. That's usually a good sign to take a break or to let it go, because as I said earlier, when you try to force yourself to do or to feel, and you're just the frustration is actually going to hold you back or take a little longer. Take a break, ground, and then come back with fresh mind, with fresh energy. Manifestation, oh my God, you're going to be killing me. Unbelievable. Okay, manifestation, manifestation, and then prosperity. Oh my God. Solar plexus. So some of you definitely, topaz, some of you definitely need to work on that solar plexus. You know, that's our place of power. Ground, and then work on that solar plexus. Know that you can do this. Know that you have everything you need. Everything within you is what it comes down to. Believing in yourself, knowing it's going to happen. You can make it happen. You can allow it to happen. Manifestation is the fruition of confidence and belief. And that is so true. If you don't believe you can do it, then you won't do it. If you do believe, you know, that's just how it is. We need to work on those things. Work on your confidence, where the areas you think you're lacking, and figure out why so you can correct that. All right, and the last card is an activation. Here we go. In choosing embodied presence at this moment, I attain clarity, recognize my innate empowerment, and awaken my natural healing energies. Yes, grounding again and connecting with spirit. Over here it's talking about the balance between earth and spirit. Okay, so let me just hold this for you. Hukushunu hui shahanaya he'ene kukutuyanti antaya shintai enki antaya shinturu unkutui uwaha'ana ete. So those are your messages for the week. I hope they are helpful. Good luck on your path. Hang in there. I believe in you. I know you're going to make it happen. Highest blessings and infinite gratitude. Sat Nam. Hello, beautiful and magnificent beings. Welcome to this week's Oracle and Tarot reading. 40:40 on the clock timer. 44 minutes left. Let's see what messages the universe has for pile number 3. And if you chose protection, let's see, which bells? Throughout history, bells on the door have protected us from negative energy and even ill-intentioned spirits. Iron and silver are popular choices for their connection to warding off the fae, but any bell will do. When you hang one, chant, "Guard our home, bell on the door, let evil forces come no more." Okay, so just let me say real quick, there was a lot of information in pile 1 about changing the energy, shifting the energy in the home. So if you felt drawn to pile 1 as well, that might have something to do with it. It was about connecting with the home spirits. Okay, so some of you, again, this is a similar message coming through. You might be bringing things home and you might not be aware of it. Something's attaching to you. You might have picked it up from another person. Maybe it was just floating along and suddenly attached to you. Maybe somebody sent you something. But this is saying you need to be more cautious and aware. And also, as I said in pile 1, something that I like to do anytime I leave the house, when I come back, before I enter, I always say out loud or in my mind, depending on if neighbors are outside, if anything has followed me home, attached to me, connected to me, bound itself, I do not give you permission to do this. You may not come into my home. You may not be on my property. You must detach now. I do not give my free will. Any attempt to do so, I will immediately transport you back to the light. And it's worked like gold every time. You can say what I said, you can change it around, use your own words, whatever feels the best, whatever you remember. It's a little bit different each time I say it, but for the most part, and it stays pretty much the same. There might be a few words here and there, but I always make sure to clear that every time. And also maybe having bells on your door. I actually used to do this, not for that method, but I used to like having it on the door, so whenever a roommate came home, or maybe whoever I was seeing at the time, if they came over, if I was in a different part of the house or the apartment, or if I was sleeping, that would alert me immediately that somebody was in the house, because sometimes I did not always feel comfortable living alone. So I liked having it for that reason. But having bells, walking around, clearing your house out now, I would say would be a good idea. If things are attaching to you, that's telling me that you definitely probably have something in your house, some type of entity, being. Not to be afraid. You can easily get rid of these things. I remember it used to terrify me, and then it angered me. But now it's almost like, whatever, because I know I can get rid of it, even though these things can wreak absolute havoc on your life and your behavior and your thoughts. They can easily be gotten rid of. So do a clearing, light some sage, ring some bells, or bang a Tibetan bowl if you have one, a crystal bowl. But of all the things you can do, the ones I find the most powerful is your voice, simply your voice. Just stating, you do not have permission to be here. You must leave now. I do not allow this. I did not give my permission. You cannot be in my home, on my property. You may not be around me, near me, or in me, or affect me in any way. And just do a good clearing and get rid of everything, and be careful again when you're coming home. Make sure to say that affirmation or that declaration before you go into your home. Number 37, endings are inevitable. Okay. Okay, now this again is coming back to an entity. Some of you may be dealing with this for a while. Maybe you didn't know what it was, and you're going to be surprised. I get this comment a lot from people that watch my videos, regulars, and sometimes people that are just visiting, but for some reason they feel drawn to some of those videos that I have for clearing the home or the body, and they didn't even realize they had anything going on until after the video, and they talk about how they just suddenly felt so light and clear-headed and completely different than how they felt before. So just know, if this is going on, all endings are inevitable, whatever it is that we're doing, whether we want it to end or not. All good things must come to an end. All bad things must come to an end. Just know, gray, look at the color. It's gray water, gray sky, but also look at all the color that's coming back. Number 37, in case I didn't say that, and there's a little boat. So just know it's not that difficult. You can easily get rid of these things, and just start practicing, spiritual hygiene more often. I can't remember the last time I had any issues like this. The better you feel, the higher energy, the less they will be attracted to you, because they really go for that fear energy, that low vibrational energy. Shadow work, uncover every part of you that has been repressed and abandoned. Okay, so I know people are not going to want to hear this, but it's important to know this. Sometimes we are attracting these things. Sometimes they just randomly jump from other people to us, but we can attract these. Like I was just talking about here with low energy, but also thought forms. If you're constantly thinking that somebody is out to get you or something's attacking you, the more you think this, guess what? You're going to manifest it. You're going to bring that into your life. And a lot of times people don't even realize they're doing it. So I feel like some of you need to do some shadow work, whatever it is, something that is terrifying or making you afraid. You need to figure out exactly what it is or why that happened and work through it so you can avoid having these things follow you or attach to you. And again, it's not that difficult. I mean, you can absolutely get rid of them. Sometimes it takes a little longer depending on, some of them are really dug in. If they're happy where they're at and they're feeding off your energy, it's super low, the harder it is, the more they fight. But the longest it's ever taken me to get rid of one or two at the same time, it took me about 2 weeks. But that was early on when I first started discovering it. Now it's completely different. You can just say the words and get rid of them. The lonesome gardener. Okay, so we see this furry creature where there's a big spider on the pumpkin. Tend your own garden is what I'm hearing. I'm sure you've heard that expression. Tend your own garden. Really pay attention to you, what you need right now. Shadow work is extremely important. Knowing that you're going to push through it. You just need to clear your house, clear your energy. It's not going to last. It's going to pass soon. But now is a very important time for you to reflect, to be alone, to take time to look at your life, how you've been living, what's been happening, what's making you unhappy, stressful, angry, taking you out of who you are, and getting rid of these things, because they can really affect you in ways that you don't realize. You know, they can put thoughts in your mind. I know that sounds crazy, and for a long time I did not. There's so much I didn't want to tell you guys because I knew I'd sound like a lunatic. But I've heard this from so many other people. They can put thoughts in your mind, and that's how I caught on, because I knew they were not my thoughts. I didn't know exactly what was happening, but I knew that was not my thought. It's not the way it was said, the way I heard it. It's not something I would ever say or think to myself. So just know, if you start having weird thoughts or strange thoughts, it's like, God, why did I think that? That's not, you know, I don't think that way. That is a good indication right there. Oh, you know what? Let me have a drink real quick before I lose my voice. The desert weather is so unforgiving. I don't care if it's winter or summer. It never ends. It's so hard. Hard on the throat. Oops. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm in a tiny little cramped up space with lights all around me. I can barely move. Heart chakra, generosity, 6 of Pentacles, gifts, generosity, charity, donations, money, community assistance, support, employment, sharing, kindness, wealth, prosperity, power, authority, control, investors, give, receive, gratitude, being valued, being well paid. Oh my God, did you guys hear that? It was like a huge explosion. And it just got super quiet outside, like the animals, the birds stopped chirping. I don't know what is going. There's an army base somewhere around here. And there's always like weird noises coming from that place. I don't know what they're doing, but that was a little freaky sounding. Okay, everything's all right. I digress. Generosity. Okay, so something also, I feel like some of you need to ask for help. You need some sort of assistance, whatever's going on with you right now. Maybe you need someone to come and do a clearing for you. Like if you don't feel 100% confident, at least try. But maybe you need to have someone come in and show you, teach you how to do this. Cleaning the home out, saying the words, doing the work. Let me see what else. And doing it from a place of love in your heart also, even though these things wreak havoc. And this was really hard for me. I knew this was the last step in the process, but seeing them and releasing them lovingly was not something I could do right away. I was just so angry. And, you know, how dare you? Life is hard enough as it is without these things coming in and wreaking havoc, and so many people have disruptive lives because of it, and they have no clue what's going on. But I finally got to that place that I had to release it with love and gratitude, because I couldn't fully see it at the time, but they help us so much, even though it's the god-awful experience. You know, our worst experiences and traumas are when we grow the most. I know I say that a lot, but it's true. So I can now see these things and release them with love and gratitude, because it's made me a better person. It's taught me how to deal with them. I've helped so many people over the years with these things, like just random emails. I saw your YouTube video and I know this sounds crazy, but, you know, and I'm like, actually it doesn't sound crazy to me, because, you know, these people come to me, they're drawn to me because of these experiences. The universe is sending them to me to help them, because I've already gone through it and I know what to do. So asking for help if you need it, letting it go with love, knowing that everything in your life will get back to normal, it will shift. You know, generosity, helping others after you go through this also. Anytime you get an opportunity or someone approaches you, they were deliberately sent to you somehow. The universe, you know, nudged them, their guides nudged them. You have information that can help them. So also giving and receiving equally, generosity, helping them, telling them what you've learned, what you've done. And number 8, solar plexus. Strength begins with a choice to be kind to myself. Inner strength, courage, bravery, confidence, compassion, taming, control, overcoming self-doubt, focus, persuasion, influence, taming the beast within, harnessing instinctive desires, proper channeling of libido. Oh, I have to get a drink again. Okay, sorry about that. So, be kind to yourself as you're going through these issues. Sometimes we can blame ourselves, get angry, and that's another thing. These things make us have a brain fog. We don't think straight. We start blaming ourselves. You know, it puts those messages in our mind. You're no good. You're a bad person. Look at all this destruction you're causing. And these are all lies. Don't believe them. Even our own thoughts are not always the truth. It's what we believe, but it isn't necessarily the truth. You will overcome. You just need to step in your confidence. Again, I feel like some of you are having a hard time working with or working through this, but everything's going to be okay. You can do it. You just need some confidence. You know, start saying, I don't give you permission to be around me, near me, in me. You may not manipulate me. You may not control or manipulate my thoughts. You do not have permission. I do not allow this. You must leave now. I banish you. And if you can, do it with love and gratitude. But like I said, that was the last step in the process. It took me over a year before I could feel that way, before I could do it, because, oh God, after what I went through with these things, I was so angry. There's no way in hell I could be grateful. But just connect, clear your solar plexus also. Your courage, your strength will come back. It's still there. Don't let these things sway you. You are an abundant being. Connect, and you're an infinite, abundant being. Connect with your divine. Also, you know, whoever you work with, your saints, your deities, creator, angels, ask them, call them in, ask them for help, ask them for protection as well to help you get through that, because you need to learn how to do it yourself. Root chakra, yes, enthusiasm, good news, courage, optimism, competition, faithfulness, a courageous, energetic young person, salesperson, actor, politicians, preachers, inspirational speakers, athletes, performers. Okay, so grounding, I always talk about that. Ground, ground, ground. I know you get sick of hearing it. I get tired of saying it, but it's so important. We need to hear these little things sometimes. We forget it's such a simple thing. It can be overlooked. Faithfulness, having that strength, that courage again in who you are and what you're capable of. Good news is coming. You can get through this. It's going to work out. Again, I feel like some of you need to talk to someone else to ask for assistance, guidance, and help with these things. And also with inspirational speaker, you know, you might decide to start talking about this on a regular basis with other people. People will suddenly start finding you like they did me, asking about these things that are so strange that they just can't talk to with anyone else. You know, they don't feel like the person would understand, or they would think they're crazy. I mean, sometimes you feel like you're crazy because you're dealing with these things. Throat chakra again, speak your truth. Turquoise, speak from your heart. Okay, right beside of heart chakra again. It is the only thing worth listening to. Speak your truth, whether you're talking to someone else about it for help or you're helping someone. And again, being very firm and strong in your declarations. I think I have some on one of my YouTube videos for protection. I have a green shirt on, and underneath the video it tells, I put my declarations that you can say in the day and at night before bed, before you leave the house. That's another thing. Make sure you say something before you go to bed, because these things can infect your dreams and mess with you while you sleep as well. Security, root chakra again, garnet. To feel more secure, deepen your connection with nature. And we do have nature coming through here and here both. So going outside, that also helps, ground and shake off that energy of fear and stress and worry. So grounding, and I like that all that red's coming in, even though that is solar plexus there. Oop. Third eye, lepidolite. I like lepidolite, is so pretty. Signs, there will always be signs to guide you on your true path. Yes, here it's saying truth and here a true path. So paying attention, again, when you ask for help and assistance, you will get it. It might come in surprising ways, ways that you're not used to, ways you're not used to thinking or maybe doing in a certain way. Just being open to all guidance and trying it to see what works. You are being guided, you are protected, not to worry. And again, you are safe. You are more powerful than these things. You can easily get rid of them, even though sometimes it doesn't feel that way. Okay, so the last card was an activation. Everybody got one card, you got two cards. So the first activation for you, 8 came out over here. Okay, 888 again. Cosmic code, alignment into a higher order of abundance. I am a living mandala of unique divine beauty. Hushuno tuyaya hana hane kukutori angyankaya shunkuhua enkiahanaya kyataya stuta. And the second one, look at that throat chakra coming in again. I nurture my dreams along the spiraling creative path to higher fulfillment, nourished by hope and empowered by inspiration. Hushuno tutuyatai eshnta ane kukutianti tataya noate ushaha nkyanku anai. So those are your messages for the week. I hope they are helpful. Good luck on your path. Highest blessings and infinite gratitude. Sat Nam.